Hi, my name is Luke,
And I'm Jimmy.
and this is what's on the table.
And we are back from another hiatus because it's just, things are crazy right now. We picked a great year to start a YouTube channel. But today we're going over some of our favorite kind of jank cards in Magic, specifically in the Commander format. So, Luke, let's start off with you. Let's start with your selections of jankiness. So your first card. Your first. What's the first card you want to showcase here?
Fight to the death.
All right, let's get a good view on this card. All right, fight to death. It says so far that
Destroy all blocking creatures and blocked creatures.
So I first read this card. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, if you have a token deck and you use a bunch of chump blockers and you activate this and just nuke them all. Well, that is a good thing to do.
No, it's a very good thing.
But then you mentioned immediately, like, hold up, Jimmy.
No, use this on other people's turns.
Like, so when people are all out attacking and all out blocking, you can just completely screw over the gameplay right there.
I've actually won because it was in a 3-pot game. Two people full out swung at each other, and they're just like, fight to the death.
So that's a specific board nuke for just two specific players. The thing is though, it's very situational.
It can be
like outside of because if you're playing against decks that aren't super creature heavy, then this is not a good card.
But even if somebody say you're Villas and a couple other cards swing out on either me or someone else.
Well, he has to be blocked, though. So I'm saying, also if they have a lot of evasion or flyers, or the new rogue deck, this card's terrible. Like
yes.
But I'm saying that's why it's janky, though.
Yes,
because
it's very situational.
It's situational, but at the same time, though, if you're playing against those on the ground token decks, like just throwing crap tons of things on board, and there's two other token deck, and they're going at each other, you just go. So that's actually. Oh, that's spicy. That's spicy.
It's an interesting deck take. I didn't play it for a long while because I thought I would just use it between my creatures and someone else's. No.
Then you realize, wait, this is anyone. I'm playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's spicy. All right.
I liked it a lot.
So my next card. So my card I'm gonna do. So I have a. So what deck do you play that in actually?
My Kalia. The very bad Kalia.
Bad Kalia. Because if you play bad Kalia as commander, then people won't target you.
Exactly.
So my next card is not the card I'm showing you right now. This card is the Cabolas to Ravager. He's one of my commanders, and in this deck,
it's nothing but jank.
No, the deck is actually really good. The deck is a mix between Dragon Tribal and Planeswalker Super Friends, and because of that, there's a card now I think is kind of jank and. Luke kind of agrees with it. It's because it's not a great card on its own, but it has a pretty good ceiling on it. Thunderbreak Regent. Whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of a spell or ability the opponent controls, he does 3 damage to that player. So he just starts bolting players if you start trying to remove my dragons with single target removal. Is this situational? Yes. There's a lot of board wipes in Commander. Is it not technically great? I mean, technically maybe, but it's still a 4/4 for 4 with flying that gives my guy pseudo hexproof effectively.
Which not bad.
It's
question mark
because you're okay. You can target him, but if you do, you're getting bolted to the face. If I'm already hitting you, or say there's an aggro player who's already punched you a bit, you're less likely to start bouncing and removing my dragons when you know that you're getting bolted, or better yet, it forces you to start to get rid of him first. And so instead of using a removal on one of my big guys and then him, you have to do him, and then you have to use 2 removal cards instead of just using, remove that big guy. Now I gotta remove this dude and that guy, or else I'm gonna start losing a bunch of life.
How much life do you lose every hit?
Bolt, so lightning with 3 damage, which can add up in a commander game.
Especially if you board wipe yourself.
Or if there's aggro players, if there's aggro players, it definitely can add up.
Oh, definitely.
So that's my jank. So I'll let you go up for the next round of jankiness.
My next jank is Seraph of the Skills.
Scales. Scales.
Yeah.
Seraph of the Scales is a 4-mana, 4/3 with flying. You can pay a white and give it Vigilance, or you can pay a black and give it Death Touch. And Afterlife 2 is not bad. I think this is a solid card. I think it was an underrated card.
It's an underrated card, but I feel it's not pretty jank, but it's kind of jank, just because it can be very situational too.
I feel like I feel like the Death Touch alone makes like the ability to give a Death Touch on the
Yeah.
on the instant speed makes people wary of this card, especially if you open black. You're like swing, like oh my 8/8 flying dragon thing will block it. Oh wait, he has an open black. So it does have technically like a kind of a pseudo unblockable. I mean it's kind of yeah.
But now I have used both the white and black on it before, which was dumb.
This one's Death Touch is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think it replaces,
Afterlife is
I almost feel like this is almost too good because like the fact that if it dies, you get 2 1/1s of flying. So I mean, but it is a very solid card.
But I feel it's a very jank card
That's fair.
because it's
I feel like
under the radar.
yeah, that is true. In Commander, this does feel pretty janky in Commander.
Now standard or something? Yeah.
I think it was okay in Standard. I think it was underrated in Standard, but that's another animal.
Pretty much so.
right.
What's your next one?
Oh,
Oh.
not this one.
Aw.
Next one is actually going to be Scampering Scorcher. Relatively newer card. It's a 1/1 for 4 mana. That sounds terrible.
No.
And it makes 2 1/1 elementals with haste. He does not have haste, so I'm just wondering, what deck am I even playing this in?
I wonder.
I'm playing him in my Yidris deck. My Yidris deck is a very interesting take on him. It's an elemental tribal deck that tries to win through via a combo between him, Risen Reef, and Flood of Tears, where I end up, after I've swung with Yidris, I'll Flood of Tears, bounce everything, or I'll Cascade, or playing stuff to Cascade with, play a Flood of Tears to bounce everything back to my hand, and then go into generally Omniscience. And with Omniscience,
I've seen you do that shit before, and it's stupid.
with Omniscience, I then start recasting everything from hand, and Cascade looks at the converted mana cost of a card. It does not look at what you actually paid for it. So one cool thing about that is it allows me to, with him, Risen Reef on board, and Omniscience, I effectively get to play out my deck.
Oh, yeah.
So the main win con of the deck, this is actually a very important card because it adds a bunch of elementals on board.
But by itself.
So, because of Warstorm Surge, that's how I generally win. Because I've been recasting most of my cards. I don't always have haste. I do have 2 cards that give everything haste, but
how often do you get there?
well, it depends on how soon I get there. Sometimes I want to try to do this first. So a Warstorm Surge, so that way I can start playing stuff again. Then I'll play stuff like Chandra, Novice Pyromancer, make all my elementals get +2/+0 till the end of turn. That's a static. This is elementals I control, not elementals I currently control. So it just says, so rest of my turn, elementals will get +2/+0. Then we'll have like Creeping Trailblazer, give another +1/+0. Domri, another +1/+0. So now all of a sudden, with Warstorm Surge and these cards, I play Scampering Scorcher. I make 2 more 1/1s. That's now 15 damage I'm throwing around the board.
Which is terrifying.
And then you have cards like Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, also throwing in more elementals, 10 more damage. But she's actually kind of good. So, and then Master Wage, who's just a solid card, but with that combo as well, keeps just spamming out tons and tons of elementals. I have other cards that do that as well. But I feel like Scampering Scorcher is probably the most janky of all of them.
Ain't this one of your go-to combos?
Oh, no, yeah. That is the go-to combo in Aegis. If I don't kill you like that, I'm generally... what happens next is
Kind of panicking.
No. If I don't kill you with that, then I just try to beat you down next turn.
Fair enough.
But it's definitely... it's very combo-based, and the combos I do in that deck. But like I said, Scampering Scorcher is really kind of a... It's not a great card, really. But in the context of how I play him in this deck, he actually does a lot of work.
By itself, it's not good, but with combos, it's very good.
Yeah, definitely. And he actually does help out in the combo. So.
Yes.
Because that's 3 elementals, a bunch of stuff happening. It's just,
Yeah.
Also, that's a bunch of Risen Reef triggers as well.
Which, that gets dumb
Risen
fast.
Reef's a dumb card. But no, that's not a Jank card.
No, that's very jank.
The card's hella good.
Very good.
Okay, next card.
So, my last card is Nafagor.
What does he even do? I've read him
He's
before.
a wheel on a stick.
Enters the battlefield, discard your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each card discard. It's not a wheel. That's just losing your hand.
But it gives an open field. Because I've played him with a full field on mine.
Full field?
Yeah, you heard me right.
Full field or full hand?
Yes. Well, no, I've done it with both. I have a full hand and a full field on my side.
Yeah.
Play him, destroy everything else that they've got.
Because it says each opponent has to sacrifice a creature. So if you're discarding a full hand, that means everyone's sacking 7. That's a bolus ability.
Yeah. Which is Kinda
I mean,
dumb.
you're losing a lot of hand advantage, but as long as you have graveyard shenanigans, it's not that bad. But still, like, yeah, this is definitely jank.
I don't-
This is definitely very jank.
I don't play him unless I know I can do either a lot of damage or win.
Yeah, I mean, well, he'll making everyone sack off 7 creatures is really strong, especially if they have like, let's get someone who's like, oh look, I have Avacyn and a bunch of powerful big creatures. What are you gonna do? Sack those. They're sacrificed.
Sacrifice to Avacyn? Sacrifice to Malfegor?
Sacrifice all your. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good.
Yes, he's good, but if you play him with a 1-card hand,
I would say no, he's good, but he's definitely very jank. Like,
yeah,
he's
hardcore
hyper situational. If you roll him late game with no hand, he's a dead card. I mean, he's a 6/6 for flying for 6. I mean, there are better
there's better
demons and dragons you can play. Like, I say it's very jank.
Yeah.
All right, my final submission to the jankiness, the stink, is definitely Fire Fist Adept.
you know what we do with this card, right? We throw it in the trash.
This card is by himself. He's a bad card.
It's very bad. He's garbage.
But the thing is, though, he has a lot of potential. So, in his battlefield, deals X damage to target creature or opponent controls where X is the number of wizards I control. So here's the thing. So this is my Anala deck as where I play him in. So this is why I think he's good. So in Anala deck, you have a lot of little wizards that do, you have your Merchant of Secrets, your Overwhelmed Apprentices, your Lunar Mystics, your Watchers for Tomorrow. You may have played a Gitu Journeyman. Who you played these cards. They're things. But let's say you have these on board. And you also happen to have. Let's not even put him on board. Let's say you have a Naban, Dean of Iteration on board, and you have your Nala in your command zone, and you have the Panharmonicon as well. This is a max potential. This is where you're nuking everything.
Yes.
You then play your Fire Fist Adept, and now you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're hitting for 6. One creature's gonna hit for 6 damage, but then you're gonna use a Nala to make a copy of him. So that copy is the 7th one, so he'll be doing 7 damage. But because of both Naban and Panharmonicon, you're doing each of these 3 more times. So now you're having this hit 3 creatures for 6 damage, and this is hitting 3 creatures for 7 damage. I've wiped out boards of their most important creatures this way before.
No doubt.
And
it's doing what, 7, 14, 21, 6, 12, 18. That's a big ass number.
Yeah, it's like 39 total throughout, spread out. And it only gets better the more you do. Also, it's even better if you have it's not a wizard card by playing the deck because it's too good not to play in the deck. Where are you, boy? Where's the boy?
Your boy.
I didn't pull him up aside because I forgot about it. But
How do you forget about your boy?
it happened.
We need to get you a card called the boy. Yep.
Deadeye Navigator. So
Yep, that's a card.
So one time I did this, and I go cast Deadeye Navigator, soul bond with him. The next turn after I did that, so that's the token was gone. I'm like, I'm gonna start flickering this guy in, and start just nuking boards. Well, no, not in and out, depending on how much mana I have. But I can just keep boom, 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 boom. I just start blowing up everything.
That would be a fun combo to be able to pull off.
And it's very jank. Like I said, like this is like it's not a good.
No. People see Firefest Death and they're like, oh, that's cute.
You're killing one thing. Oh wait, why'd the board go?
And you lay down your hand and go.
It's definitely, like I said, it's not the best card. Honestly, I think by technicality, this was slightly better because this gets rid of creatures, this gets rid of players. And like specifically with the combo, like he's actually one of the ways I win in this deck in my Nala deck because I do play Peregrine Drake and obviously Deadeye.
Of course.
So if I'm playing Deadeye and Peregrine Drake, I can just keep. I won't say make infinite mana. I can just flicker this guy out in and out and out, just burning everyone.
I mean,
this is an actual win con of the deck. This is just a removal. It's removal.
It's red.
It's very situational removal, but it's still removal. But no, yeah. So that's those are my Jank cards.
I mean, I've got a whole deck of Jank in my Kalia, but I don't think we want to go through every card I have.
You're right. But no, you pulled another card aside. What is it?
I did at once, but I have to go find it again. It was Bad Deal.
Is it a bad deal though?
for you guys.
No, yeah, it's very it's jank.
There.
Read that card for me while I'm putting up my stuff.
Bad deal. You draw 2 cards, and each opponent discards 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life.
How much mana is this?
6.
This is jank.
Yes.
This is borderline bad though. Like it's 6 mana to draw 2 cards. Now, like at this point in the game, like most people don't have a lot of cards. Like if you're playing casual, but on the off chance they do, I mean,
I just never remember that card.
It's drawing 2 cards and making everyone lose. So it's doing like 6 damage, possibly ripping 6 cards. This is definitely a better card in Commander. It's definitely not. It's a terrible card in 1v1s.
Oh yeah.
But in
in
the multiplayer nature of Commander, this is a better card.
It's still bad.
This is jank.
It's jank. It's like essence of jank. I just not thought of that card when he's gone over.
It's pretty bad. A little bit bad. Okay.
You out.
No, it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. All right, so I gotta ask, what's a jank commander you got?
I don't have one on me.
You don't have one on you?
Yeah, remember all my casual commanders are at home.
Okay. What?
I only brought my more serious commanders today.
Okay. What is a jank commander for you?
For me, I generally my commanders are good. It's just the decks are jank. I'm trying to think. Who my other? I have a list of all my commanders on my phone, but we're using my phone to record. So
I mean, you're right.
So I'm trying to think. Here, I'll just put this card. It's not a jank card by any means. But I'm putting this right here just for give you all something to look at. But no, honestly, I'm trying to think of them. Oh no, I got one. Tazri, the new Tazri. She's very jank. So actually, I think I have a copy of her in one of my binders. Hold on.
Probably my most jank commander is my Kalia. I have to say. No.
Nope, I do not have one in my binder. But no, the new Tazri, the one that allows me to you pay blue, black, green, red.
Mm-hmm.
You pay those. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Look at the top 6 cards of your library, and get up to 2 rogues, warriors, clerics, and wizards or allies from them, and add them to your hand. So it's a very, but the thing is though, she's a 5 mana, 1 white and 4 colorless to cast, but she costs 1 less to cast for each member in your party. So if you have a full party, it's a 1 mana commander. I think that's what people like really like. She's not a great commander by any means, but people forget how good it is to have a 1 mana 4/5.
Which is
That's fine. A 1 mana, paying 1 mana to get your commander out is good. Paying 1 mana to get your commander out who's a 4/5 is even better. And her ability, it helps you draw cards, or effectively, get cards in your hand. That's just good.
That's very good.
I think it's a solid card. I think it's very underrated. She is, but most people will say she's a very. Oh crap! Well,
there goes that. There's a video back.
We're gonna cut that out.
I wish we could.
We can.
Random cut in the video.
It won't be any cut. This will be the exact same. It'll be the exact same. This is all getting cut out. Everything we're saying right now. But the Tazri is definitely a very. She is a jank commander, but she definitely. I think she's good. My deck around her is also very jank. It's mostly a bunch of stuff. It's mostly a bunch of stuff from Zendikar. There's a few good generic cards in there, but she's definitely very very jank. What about you? What's your jankiest commander?
Easy. Kalia.
Which card?
That card, the one that's like. Kalia. That's easily my jankiest commander.
That's fair.
Because it is bad. It is a very bad card. I need good Kalia. Somebody give it to me. I'm poor. I don't live in a house.
Don't lie to them.
I don't live in a house. I live in a trailer house.
You have a roof over your head.
I mean, if it's out of wood, yeah.
You have a roof over your head. Don't mislead the people. However, if you do want to throw money our way, please do, so we can up the quality of these videos, so we don't have to use a tiny little phone tripod for this, so we don't have to use phones to record all this, so that we have better audio, video, and lighting.
Just make it all around better for you guys.
If you want better content from this knucklehead and this knucklehead, you definitely should send us some money.
Even if it's $1, everything that you put towards us will go back into production, YouTube, getting cards.
We get $1. We got $1. We can now buy a 1/100th of a proper stand.
Yes. It's towards something.
No, yeah. We don't have anything right now. We're just flying by the seat of our pants trying to make this work.
But that's all I've ever done all my life, though.
That's
all I'm used to.
But guess what, guys? Sometime within the next 2 weeks, if this man right here, he is going to review the board game Monopoly. It's going to be very fun, people. It's going to be very fun. But no, if you like this video and the tangent we went off in, please like, favorite, and subscribe.
Please.
Share this video. Share this video with anyone you think might like it. Share it to people you think would hate it. Because if they view it and they hate it, guess what? That's a view for us.
And we'll take a view.
View time.
Even if it's hate.
We don't care if we get dislikes as long as we get views.
Views what helps.
I mean, the algorithm doesn't care. All it wants is views and watch time.
Algorithm's like nothing but hates. Top page.
All right. I know that actually there's a lot of videos that get top page because there's a hatred towards them. All right then. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you for subscribing. We'll see you next time.
Bye.